that you never have to be alone. I want you to know someone's always here for you, and I hope you believe it's me. Yes, I hope you believe it's me. Oh, I hope you believe it's me. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Invisible Song Club. My name's Mark Davis Starr, and this lovely lady beside me is Angela R. Campbell. How are you doing, Angela?
I'm feeling very festive today, Mark, and how are you doing?
I can see that. You're very, very shiny. That's nice. I'm doing well. Looking for it. Okay, just checking the sound here.
Okay.
Perfect. I heard you well, I think.
All right.
Okay. I'm putting that away now. We can now give the audience our full attention. So here we are once again. Thank you so much, everybody, for those of you who've been waiting. Thank you, and Shaleem, thank you for confirming the sound is good. So please, if you would like to get this song club growing, obviously the more people that turn up and watch live, the more live interaction and comments we can get. So please like, share and subscribe. If you like, maybe suggest a watch party with your friends. So there we are. So here we are at another song club. And for those people who are not here, Angela, what is the Invisible Song Club?
Well, the Invisible Song Club, Mark, is very much just like a book club where we meet every week. And it's up to the members of the club to review the songs ahead of time. There's usually 2 songs to review. One that's an Angela pick and one that is a Mark pick. This week, we actually have a Shaleem pick. So there's no Angela pick this week. It's a Shaleem pick and a Mark pick. But the Shaleem pick falls within my boundary of Canadian music, because that's what I love, the Canadian music scene. So anyway, if you're all prepared, that would be great. If you check out the songs ahead of time and kind of think about what your own reaction to the songs are, and then Mark and I give our reactions, and hopefully it becomes a full discussion. We take comments before the show. We also will go over comments after the show in the next show if you're a little late and you watch it by video rather than live stream. So I think I've covered it. Did I miss anything, Mark?
I think we're good. Actually, yeah. And Angela and I were kind of chatting over the last few days there since she chose to go with one of Shaleem's songs there. I think it would be a good idea to open it up to the audience. So just going forward, particularly into next year, because we'll be starting second Sunday in the new year, we'll be resuming shows after Christmas. We'd like to give attention to more and more of our viewers' songs. So if you've got suggestions, you can leave a post, leave a link in the Invisible Song Club group. And you've also got the options of contacting both Angela and I through ojusteatit.ca and the invisibleman.ca and our associated Facebook pages. And we're definitely, though we can't promise to use all of the songs, chances are we'll only get to a small percentage as we're only doing 2 songs a week. But please make your suggestions and we'll pick out the ones that we think are worthy and get us excited as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, if you go to the Oh Just Eat It YouTube page, you'll see a playlist that I made from all of the songs that Shaleem suggested, because he suggested a large list of songs for us to look through. And so I made a playlist for Mark and I, and we landed on one.
Sounds good. Yeah, you know what? And as we get moving, we'll add playlists to the Oh Just Eat It Facebook page and the Invisible Man show page. Maybe it'll be a generic fans playlist or Song Club fans playlist, or it'll be an individual. It depends on how many songs we get and how much work it takes to maintain and all that other stuff.
We're looking for suggestions. So if you have suggestions on how we should set up the playlist, please let us know.
Yes. Okay, yeah. That's great.
So Mark, I have a question. What have you been up to this week?
Well, yesterday we actually had a really fun show with Luce and Kyle from Load. They're not just musicians that we've bumped into. They're actually very good friends of ours. So over the last year or so, I've been working very closely with Luce on Cannabis Castle. I got to become very good friends with Kyle as well, and we're all planning on bigger and better things for next year. Particularly, we're going to get Load and It's All in the Mind, which is my band, and we're going to do a combined show where we do Beatles music. We'll figure out how that's all going to work. We were planning to do it this year, but obvious reasons why we couldn't do it. But yeah, so it was great to catch up with some friends. Luce was at her, she was doing her impression of the premiere of Manitoba and calling us from South America. So that was a lot of fun. She was actually out there, and I even got the waiter at the restaurant, I guess. It was that outdoor place involved. So yeah, so it was a lot of fun. And of course, last Wednesday was our first live Welcome to the Madhouse, which is a brand new show that Adam Feasy and I have been. It was a really quick turnaround. It was just after our first song club. I think I got a call from Adam, says he wants to do a show with me. And so really super quick, and you can kind of tell because I'm still working on some of the graphics and getting them updated. But he's got lots of contacts in the UK regarding rock and roll in the UK. So the song is a UK music focus, and I'm being introduced to some bands and some guests of bands which I had never heard of. Although last week's band I had heard of Janice Stark, but as usual, like you'll hear on the show a lot, I hadn't heard of this band before, and this is actually happening on that show as well. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we got a CJ Wildhearts, who's a big name in the UK music on. We recorded it, so it's going to be a recorded one this Wednesday, and then after that it'll be live. And I think we might be going right through Christmas. We'll have to see it on that. But,
cool.
Yeah.
I love how busy you are promoting music.
Yeah.
You just, you're out there giving these bands credit for the hard work they're doing, and it's just fantastic. So how can everyone link into all these other projects that you're working on? You've got so many going on.
Well, the easiest way to go is theinvisibleman.ca. Just follow the link on the page. And I have links to all of the shows. So we've got the Invisible Man show is the second tab. Song Club is the third tab. And then Welcome to Man is the fourth. I can count it. I forget. I should have written this down. But they're all on there. We've got links to all the previous shows. I think we have some old Invisible Man shows that we don't have links to because they're really old. And I can't remember where we aired them. But links to everything on there. And you can go back and watch... you can go watch previous episodes, including this show as well.
Great. So we should get on with it.
We probably should.
Check out Shaleem's song pick, and it is called Camilo, or in brackets, The Magician, by Said the Whale, which is a Canadian band from BC, Vancouver, I think. And actually, I'll tell you a little bit about Said the Whale before you play the clip. They are a Juno Award-winning Vancouver-based indie rock band. Their Juno Award was back in 2011. They've been around since about 2007. They have an extensive list of studio albums and extended plays and singles, and they are actually a very well-known, popular Canadian band. So, do you have that clip, Mark?
I do. Thanks for the reminder, because the last couple of shows I keep forgetting. Oh, and we're back. Okay, so I'll kick off, shall I?
Sure, go ahead.
So, okay, so those of you who have seen the Said the Whale is, I had heard of the name before, and I, as usual, I hadn't really heard very much, if any, of their music before. So I'm actually judging this song based on the merits of the song, not on the merits of all of their other work. And that's usual for me on this show. But it's a nice indie pop rock song. The introduction actually has mixed feelings about the intro, which has a strummed, pretty much a solo strummed guitar for a few bars, and it reminded me of a game I used to play. I'm not sure if it was on the PC but it was something that led it to a FIFA game, and it was bothering me the whole way through it. Nothing to do with the song. It was just one of those things that kind of distracted. And if anyone knows what game I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments, because that's driving me crazy. Now the intro is really quite energetic. It comes in, it has an interesting chord progression, and this is actually the same chords as in the chorus as well. I had to skip forward because it's not really that noticeable when you're doing a first lesson, but I had to go back a few times and I realized, it is the same chords as the chorus. But this choppy guitar goes along with initially with a kind of a straight drum beat, which is kind of nice. It kind of works through. The verse starts. The rhythm starts with a rhythmic change on the guitar, more of a syncopated rhythm, and the drums switch from a straight beat to following the guitar. They're very in sync, which is kind of nice as well. It helps you know that there's something different between the intro and the verse. Now each of so the vocals were kind of out front, a single voice, and you can actually hear a double tap on the bass drum. And that kind of it was a nice, gives a nice rocky beats, because this could come across as a poppy song, but it actually comes across as more of an indie rock. And that's a double beat, I think, and that particular style of guitar that adds to that fairly strong and energetic sound without all the extra distortion that you often hear. Now, once the second part of the verse comes in, then got this nice tight harmony, and then really clever, not the right word, but a very effective crescendo into the chorus. And then we get back into more of the straight rhythm that we heard in the intro. Now, the structure of the lyrics is kind of interesting, because there's actually two parts to the verse. And if you actually look at them, they actually look like two verses and then a chorus, but they are structured. The first part's explaining about the girl, and we're not giving it a name initially. Second part is eliciting the help from Camillo, who is apparently good at the sleight of hand and magician stuff. And then with the chorus echoing more specifically the help from Camillo. So that's kind of the structure the song goes. So each of those pieces come in. Now in the middle, so that's kind of repeated twice, and then there's a middle bit where the singer is talking directly to the girl, who's called Caroline. And so we actually, each of those pieces where they're talking to two different people, and it gets a little confusing even when you're reading it. And I've mentioned this before in preview and other songs, that you could mean anybody in the anybody in the conversation, and this is one of those as well. But there's some really good phrases in here. Some of them are a little confusing, but this one I think really pins down. I'm going to read one of the a section of one of the verses there that really pin down what the song was about. It says, "Put a coin in your hand now and squeeze real tight. I'll make both sides heads, so when you decide, you'll have complete control of your whole life." I thought that really sums up what the song is about, helping someone realize what's show and what's real. That's what the show's about. Sorry, the song is about. Now we go back to that bridge I was talking about, talking directly to Caroline. I was actually, honestly, I actually would be surprised if anyone noticed the point I'm about to make in casual listening, because it doesn't really stand out. It's only because I dug in deeper than I might usually, actually. But the last line, I think, I found a little distracting looking at it. So let's make like enemies and disappear, and it's written dis space a space appear. So we've got a really bad dad joke right at the end, which seems to me to take away from the seriousness, or at least the seriousness or point of the song. But it also doesn't make any sense. Do you just diss equal people who are your enemies, or do enemies actually disappear? It doesn't really make too much sense. You can always leave that line out, and the lyrics would be almost perfect. Now, I found the whole piece actually a very pleasant piece. It had a decent message for sure. And the lyrics really were quite unique. I've not seen those kinds of choices of words and phrases before, as I recall. But unfortunately, melodically, it doesn't really stand out beyond others in the genre. It feels nice, but there's no real melodic hook that kind of makes it stand out. Now, that's not to say that this song isn't a great song, or wouldn't sound really good in the middle of a show or in the middle of a CD, but it's not what I would call an opener. It's not, you wouldn't open a show with it, you wouldn't close a show with it. But having said that, it is a really decent piece of music. It's easy listening, and it's good enough for me to want to go and listen to more of their work. So there you go. Those are my very high-level thoughts.
As usual, Mark, you are intense. Why did they put that last line in it?
Yes. I mean, It's funny if I say it, but not funny if somebody else does. Yeah.
So, Mark, can you do me a favor and look for Shaleem's comments while I'm talking? Because I'm going to keep it brief so that we have time to hear what Shaleem has to say. This is his song pick. All right. So, first of all, the song by Said the Whale, called Camilo the Magician, is actually about a real live magician based out in Vancouver. He's a Colombian gentleman who now lives in Vancouver. So we'll say a Canadian magician. And his name is Camilo Dominique. I don't think I'm saying that right. Anyway, Said the Whale were apparently inspired by this magician to write this song. And I think it's a cute, like you said, a poppy rock song along the same lines as a lot of the other Said the Whale songs. 4/4 time, easy to listen to. I find Said the Whale is a good band. They keep their musicianship dynamic. There's a lot of change up in the in the drums. There's more going on in the drums than just a basic 4/4 time, and it's fun to listen to. And then the last lyrics in the song, I think, are a bit of a surprise and confusing, and I like when that happens. It keeps your interest in the song instead of it just like la 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 boring, right? They throw something in to make you go what? But it's cute that there's a story being told about the magician in the band. Camilo, I need to see where you make the cards go, because I got some questions about the world I know and about the difference real and show. And so it's someone being taken in by the show, by the magician show. And I think it's a nicely well done song. It's not anything that is spectacular. I think that the Whale has done other songs that might be considered a little more interesting than this one, but it's a good song. It's danceable, it's fun, it's upbeat, puts you in a good mood. You can sing along to it. It's just a simple, well done song with some lyrics that tell a really good story. And that's my reaction to it. Let's hear from Shaleem.
Okay, so Shaleem says, yes, a bit more indie rock than indie pop. Very good analysis, Mark. He goes on. So this is what he says, his thoughts on the song is from their second of 6 albums, Island Disappear, a 3-piece band from Vancouver. This is a prime example of indie pop/rock music, so catchy and deserves a vastly larger audience. Lyrically, this is a whimsical pop song about employing a musician to win over the sad Caroline. The animated video is also enchanting.
Oh. Yeah. Yes, we didn't mention the video.
Yes, because this is not the video club. Although we do send out the links to the video. No, try. Shaleem says Mark likes animation. See the video. This is true. I do. I am into animation. But I try to ignore the videos where I can because I want to focus on the song. And sometimes I've done videos, at least one video where the video is the complete opposite of what's happening in the song. So rather than someone being rescued, they're being captured. I've done that before. So they can be deceiving. I want to judge the song by the song.
Yeah. Sometimes the videos are worth mention if they've done something really marketable in the video.
Yeah.
If the band has done something to catch the the eye of reviewers or catch the eye of the media. So if something special is being done, then we can mention it for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But really a lot of good videos out there. People are very creative.
Yeah. Yes. So I thought it was we got a few people in the chat. I was going to shout out some people there, not directly talking about the song, but they're out. Kamal Ben Sali's been with us since the beginning. Of course, Shaleem, David McLean is out there. He actually says you guys should smoke weed on the show.
I don't participate in that. I'm not against it. I support it. And I also have participated in helping to get, information and educational information out about cannabis. But I don't do that stuff. Yeah,
and there is actually a show.
Life, man.
So we have a couple of friends of ours who do a show like that on a Friday night called The Two Baked Girls. Go check that out. and they do
Yeah,
all the
Big
show.
Girls, that's right. And you can also check out Cannabis Castle, and
Mhm.
there will be more episodes coming up in the future. So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's more going on out there.
Stacey James says, love this track. Awesome hook. And yeah, we go. There we go. That's all I see on my feed. So lots.
Okay, shall we move on?
Let's. Okay, let me just queue up the next
Who's
song.
going first on the vanilla bass song?
It doesn't matter which. Well, you go first for a change.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna. Yeah. So this is Vanilla Bass and our little clip of "Show Me You."
You don't hide behind that mask, all that pain created. Just hide your fears and show me you.
Here we go.
All right then. So Vanilla Bass is a band from Spain. I think they're from Madrid. I'll let someone else confirm that. I'd never heard of them before. So thank you, Mark, for introducing me to this band. I didn't know they existed, and it's always interesting to find out what music is out there in the world. So this song is kind of danceable. It's an easy listen. Some harmonic chords going on there. How's our sound? Because it just changed. Does your sound okay?
I just tweaked you. You were a little low. I just turned you up a little bit.
Okay, good. Julie, the lead singer in the band, has a sweet voice, a very laid-back approach. I actually ventured in and checked out the band a little more. There are 4 songs from this particular EP that includes the song Show Me on Shazam. And so if you want to check that out on the Shazam website, you can list all 4 of them. They're all kind of basically the same, 4/4 time, same kind of tempo, easy listen, Julie's sweet voice. And the lyrics, your eyes look to me, they are caught between, very she reminds me of Blondie, the way she sings. I wish I was a singer and could copycat it, but I can't. So, Blondie from the song Picture This, that she really reminded me of that sort of music. So yeah, that was my reaction to it. I didn't mind it. I found it very simple and easy to listen to, and didn't really have much more of a reaction than that. It's good. It's fine. It's good.
There we go. Yeah, so actually, I found that this one kind of stuck out, I think, more than anything because it had a bit of a Beatles kind of vibe about it, at least to start with. And that kind of kept me attached and kept me listening that first time. And yeah, it is a very nice pop song, for sure. And to be fair, this is the kind of music I'm naturally attracted to anyway. Particularly because of that fairly easy listening Beatles 60s pop vibe to it, which now you say Blondie, I can see that now. I can see Blondie doing a version of this one now.
Right.
So it starts off actually with a quick guitar chord, which you may not have noticed on that first, which is very Beatlesy, a little like chord, and then into that nice hooky, twangy guitar. And then there was actually a bit of a long delay on it as well, or echo. So that the echo comes back late, so we call that delay. And when the band comes in together tight, it's a nice double kick on the bass. So you expect on this kind of song to be that double snare hit, and I thought it was until I'm listening closely, and it's actually a very difficult hit the snare double tap on that bass, which gives that gives that a little bit of a kick, if you excuse the pun, driving the song to have a bit more of a rocky energy than just a straightforward pop, as does the a little bit of a distortion on the rhythm guitar, but it's very it's kind of pulls you in right away and then suddenly stops for almost no reason, and it leaves us, and I actually counted, it's 2 full bars, which is about 2.5 seconds, and then it suddenly picks up. It's a little longer than I would. I've done breaks in songs before, and I would usually make them smaller, but the energy picks up immediately after that. um, as if like literally as if nothing had happened, and it kind of punctuates the lyrics, which is which I'll talk about in a sec. So the melody kind of coasts along in a fairly predictable way, in as much as that it always comes back to the roots. The melody goes up and down and just does that nice thing that Julie does, and then back down to the roots, and that gives that a nice satisfying finish. A lot of songs do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a good thing. If you're not going to land on the roots, you've really got to think it through, because it could be very unsatisfying in a song, but it actually makes you feel comfortable. I think the only thing about the musically that I think that the song could really benefit from would be just some harmony. It's just Julie's voice to start with, but it would be nice if it was if she did a harmony along to that, a close harmony, something a little higher maybe, just to fill that out to give it that fuller sound. But yeah, other than that, this song is obviously my pick, and it's one that pulled me in right from the beginning. Now, so for lyrically, it starts off outlining the problem to be addressed. Which is really, I don't know how you really feel, and that's trying to get to the bottom of that. So when the 2-bar silence comes along after the first verse, it kind of punctuates that that's the end of the verse, as if that the first verse was a mission statement saying this is what the song is about. And then when the second verse and the chorus come in, they explore the subject a little bit more closely, and realizing maybe it's the fear of the subject. And it's not until you hear the chorus and you realize we haven't actually heard the title of the song repeated by the end of the first chorus. But when you hear it the second time, you realize they've deliberately missed off the line "Show Me," which doesn't appear until right towards the end of the song. And for me, that's just a very clever way they've punctuated that first verse with the gap, with this nice uplifting melody, some semi-serious lyrics, but then they punctuate and tell you "Show me you," because if they'd done that before, that would be almost like you're spoiling the song, because the song is about I'm trying to figure out who you are. Oh, I want you to show me you. So I thought that was very clever, and it was very actually a really well crafted song lyrically, and it has a familiar sound and a feel that's instantly appealing and pleasing, well, at least for me anyway.
Very nice. So are there any comments from anyone else? If the song is called "Show Me You" or "Show Me," I think I messed it up.
Show Me You.
Show Me You.
Yeah.
So does anyone else have comments on "Show Me You"?
Yeah, so it was the I want to know who you really are. That's all right. Let's have a look, make sure I haven't read anything before. Oh, actually, David McLean says, sorry, I thought Cannabis Castle means you guys are stoners. Well, we work on the project. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, give me a second there. That's all read down. So Shaleem says...
Sorry to disappoint you, David.
Yes.
That we're stoners. Yeah, sorry.
Hey, man. Dave's not here, man. Oh, sorry.
And, yeah.
So Shaleem says, a sunny pop song, played with guitars, bass and drums, no keyboards. It would be interesting to hear new music from them, to see how their sound has evolved over the years. And, yep, he says, Blondie, interesting comments. And then he has the same thing, a Beatles vibe, interesting. So if you listen to some of the early Beatles stuff, is kind of what I'm going to, not the Sgt. Pepper album, but with the Beatles album. And Shaleem says harmonies would be nice in the song. Stacey James says, I like the guitar too. The riff stood out. So thanks for those comments there, Stacey and Shaleem.
Thanks, Stacey.
Great. Okay.
Well, we have run out of time, Mark. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It was nice to we had a little extra participation with the comments, and thank you very much. We're trying to grow this little group, and we do have more people watching. People watch on YouTube, they watch on Facebook, and they watch later when it's not live and it's just on video. So we actually have a pretty good audience, but not everyone is brave enough to comment. They just want to watch. So the people who actually comment, we really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's really appreciated. So it's a couple of great songs. And thanks for Shaleem for selecting the first one on the list. And again, I'd like to extend the welcome once again, the invitation once again to please send us your suggestions for songs that you'd like us to review on the show. You can put them in the Invisible Song Club group, or you can contact Angela and I through Oh Just Eat It and The Invisible Man, respectively. So I will be back on Wednesday with Adam. It's a recorded version of, or a recorded show, Welcome to the Madhouse with our guest CJ Wildheart. That's a lot of fun. That will be a live show going forward after that, though. This coming Saturday, we have Winnipeg rocker Roxy Ragu, who's going to be on the show. Who's a personal friend of mine as well. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's always fun when I have the friends on the show. So we'll be having some fun there. And of course, we'll be back here again next week. So
excellent. And please watch out from me and the OJustEatIt.ca Facebook page. And on Instagram, I will be giving you information about Women Helping Women 2020. That's an event to support some local Winnipeg organizations who help women in need, women and children, actually. And there'll be lots of information for you about that online, so please watch out for it.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, everybody. If you haven't already, please consider like, subscribe, and sharing, and get your friends and family involved in this, which I think is a rather fun show. I'm enjoying this one.
And during COVID, it's nice to get together. Holy, feeling so lonely here.
You are, and particularly being lonely at Christmas, as you must be over there with your
Right.
Christmas tree and all that. Anyhow, that was a dad joke that should never make it.
I'm not alone, but I miss my friend.
Yes. So dad jokes are great, just not in songs. Okay. Well, maybe. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us once again, and we'll catch you back here again, same time, 3:30 Central next Sunday. Catch you then.
Like, subscribe.
Bye-bye. Yes. Click the link or whatever. Okay, thanks a lot. I'll catch you all next week. Bye.